you're talking about how much this year things have changed, like you mentioned with the generative AI. And you've been involved with AI machine learning for many years. I think you mentioned from the 90s you were involved in this. Definitely, you can speak to this. How have you seen the role of AI or machine learning evolve over the years? And what is it? We almost feel like we're kind of at an inflection point this year. So how do you see the next couple of years playing out in terms of how important or how much of an impact AI or machine learning is going to impact specifically people that are in the software engineering career path?
That's a really great question. First off, and this is another meme I saw, until clients know what they want and can tell us exactly what they want and are actually correct about what they want, it can be really hard to replace knowledge workers. That's what we are. We're knowledge workers. We go and we figure things out. And as long as we maintain that with a growth mindset, we're okay. Okay. Our jobs have changed. We no longer have to look in a book. We use different tools than we used many years ago. And every year it's growing and changing. Right now, there's things that help you do your coding better and help you search better. But understanding what the problem is, understanding what's best for humans, we're still the experts on that. And I think that's going to last. Yeah. I can turn to ChatGPT and ask it to write an apology note. And it writes a fantastic apology note. It writes a great essay. It can write code, whatever. Doesn't mean it's all true because, of course, there's the whole verification issue with that. Bard from Google, I think, is based on a little bit more solid ground because they do a lot of verification, a ton. Can't really talk about what happens at Google, but I can just tell you that's really where it's at. It's all about making sure that you're getting quality information. I built software that was actually using AI systems. Now, it wasn't generative AI in the 90s. It was AI systems that we used something what's called fuzzy AI. So we were building custom systems that we put knowledge into, and then it would come up with unique paths for a learner. So we were building teaching systems. And so we had a tutor who would talk to you and you ask you questions and then try to coach you so you as a human could learn, right? So it's all about turning AI on its head. It's not so much that it's artificial intelligence. It's really about how it helps us. Can it do things that help us? How do we use it? What role does it play? And so when you look at something I was playing with, I think it was Photoshop, had a great little tool for inserting a birdie into your picture. I think that's very helpful, but it may not, as an artist, it may not be what I want. Or I might be a poet who just wants a picture to go with my art. And yeah, that might take something away from another artist. But more than likely, if I really want particular artist style, I'm going to go find that artist. And the same thing goes for coding. When we look at how can it help us? How does it assist us? We already have things that do code completion. And now we have some things that, oh, here's the code you're looking for. I just saw an ad for one of these. I'm like, that's awesome. Because how much time do you want to spend hunting down this piece of code? It used to be we had to sit there and watch things compile. Nowadays, boom, it's compiled. It's compiled before I even blink, if things are going well. And so when you look back at like how AI has evolved, the real question here is acceptance. It's the acceptance of the general world to the idea of AI. I took AI almost off my resume. I put it as a minor point for a long time, even though I worked with it and plenty of experience. But it was difficult to find the right roles where I could do what I wanted to do, which was building educational software. I'm not doing that these days, but that is what I wanted to do at the time. And those roles were like, well, AI is too much. And so the question is right now, for your business, for your project, whatever you're working on, is AI the right answer in the right place? And figuring that out is all about looking at what is it capable of, understanding the capabilities. Some of those have been there for a long time. It's not all machine learning. It's not all AI is much more than machine learning. It's more than generative AI. There's lots of other technologies that we have actually become part of our lives. Well, every time you go to Google, you're using AI. It's just not the one that's all, exciting right now. So we are surrounded by systems like this, but it's become very visible. And so that's the difference. So now when the boss says, hey, we should use some AI, it's like, okay, what problem do you want to solve with it? How are we going to get the data for that? Same things you would ask in any other situation. It's a tool. It goes into our computer science work tool bench, and we apply it where it fits. And
Yeah. I like that approach of seeing it more as a tool rather than a complete replacement. Because as you say, it's very far away from actually being able to replace. There's still going to be a job for knowledge workers that make that kind of translation possible. If you enjoyed this clip, make sure you watch the entire video,
Mhm.
which has a lot more content just like this. And if you want to make sure you don't miss any of our episodes where we talk to leaders in the tech industry, from software engineers to product managers to engineering managers, make sure you subscribe to the YouTube channel and also click the notification bell